is Jarrod Horak, and in this video, I'm going to analyze the Alysheba Stakes at Churchill Downs on Friday, May 2nd on the Kentucky Oaks undercard. And if you're interested in my Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby Day full cards, they are complete now. I've been doing these Triple Crown Series full cards since the late 1990s, and I've had a lot of success in the Triple Crown Series. My Oaks and Derby cards are done. I'm going to be doing Preakness Week, Black-Eyed Susan Day, and Preakness Day, Belmont Stakes Week, multiple full cards at Saratoga, including Belmont Stakes Saturday on June 7th. You can go to the runawayhorse.com on my shop page if you're interested in any of my full cards. And now we will go last to first in this Alysheba Stakes, but I'll go through the field first in post position order, then I'll go last to first. And this is going to be the sixth race at Churchill Downs on Friday, May 2nd. Grade 2, $750,000 Alysheba Stakes, 4-year-olds and up, a mile and a 16th on the main track. An early post time, 1:42 p.m. Eastern time. So they have an early first post, Kentucky Oaks Friday, and this race will be run at 1:42 Eastern. Now we'll meet the 6-horse field. Number 1, Katona, 20-1 morning line, Doug O'Neill, Antonio Fresu. Number 2 is locked, and he's 2-1 morning line, one of 2 runners for trainer Todd Pletcher. This is a son of Gun Runner, and he exits a win in the Santa Anita Handicap, and Jose Ortiz will ride. Number 3, Hall of Fame for trainer Steve Asmussen. Joel Rosario will ride, another Gun Runner colt here, and he'll probably be tracking the pace in this spot. Number 4, Fierceness is your 6-5 morning line favorite for trainer Todd Pletcher. John Velasquez will ride. He was last seen finishing second in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Number 5 is Most Wanted, and Brad Cox is the trainer here, and Florent Giroux is the rider, and he should attend the pace. Finally, number 6, this is Uscar, 30-1 morning line. He's an outsider in this race, and he'll probably be forwardly placed from the outside post. Now we will go last to first in this Alysheba Stakes, and the horse that I picked to finish 6th and last is the 6. This is Uscar, and as I said, he's 30-1. He has a decent overall record. This is just a tough spot for him. 9 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds and 2/3. 2 starts at Churchill Downs with a win and a second. He won at Keeneland last time out, a race originally scheduled for turf, moved over to the main track at 1 mile, and he dueled on the lead, and he won by 2 lengths. Longer race in here. He's got to go a mile and a 16th, and he's got to step up and face graded company and quality graded horses at that. It just seems overmatched. He needs an easier spot. The horse I picked to finish 5th, that'll be the 1 Katona at 20-1. And this one did show ability earlier this year, winning the Grade 2 San Pasqual Stakes from off the pace. He was my top choice that day at 5-1 odds, so that was a nice effort there. And he was second in the Grade 2 San Diego last year at Del Mar. So he does have some ability. They shipped him to Dubai for the Dubai World Cup. He was 10th in an 11-horse field there. So for Katona, probably saving ground behind the speed, and some of the other horses that are the favorites in this race just look faster and classier than him on paper. The horse that I pick to finish 4th in here is the 5, Most Wanted, and he could end up being the one to catch in this race. 6 starts, 4 wins in 2 seconds, 2 starts at Churchill Downs with a win and a second, and he's run once at this distance. That was last time out, and he finished second there. He won some stakes races last year as a 3-year-old. He won the Ellis Park Derby, the Grade 3 Oklahoma Derby, and then he was second against older company in the Grade 2 Clark Stakes. Rattle and Roll won that one, and Hit Show was 3rd. So he faced some decent runners there. And then he came off of a layoff from November to March, the Grade 3 Challenger Stakes at Tampa Bay. And that day he battled on the pace. He was setting a pressured pace, and he hung in there all the way to the end. Skippy Longstocking was able to defeat him, and Most Wanted was more than 14 lengths clear of the rest. It was a 4-horse field that day. So now he's going to have to run faster, probably his fastest career race, to threaten this group, but he will be up on the pace, and he's one that you have to at least consider somewhere in the mix. I wouldn't be shocked if he hung in there for quite some time. The horse that I picked to finish 3rd is the 3, Hall of Fame, and for this one, 8 starts, 4 wins in 2 seconds. Now, he was not ready for stakes company earlier in his career last year when he was on the Derby Trail. After breaking his maiden impressively January of 2024, he ran in the Risen Star and the Louisiana Derby. And in those races, he was 7-2 and 7-1, and he was 7th and 10th, and he just was no threat there. So then they laid him off from March to December of last year, and he came back in an entry-level allowance race, and he won that race. And then he won another optional claiming race at Fairgrounds after that. And then he was able to step up and win a graded race in the Grade 3 Mineshaft, and he tracked the pace there. So he has early pressing versatility. He was able to win that optional claiming race a few starts back, and he stalked and scored in the mine shaft. Last time out, the Grade 2 New Orleans Classic. It was only a 5-horse field. I believe they started with 10 horses, but all of the speed horses ended up dropping out of that race and going for other spots. And Touch Upon a Star, a classy Louisiana bred horse, was able to just get out there and control the pace. Hall of Fame was chasing from second, and those two just ran 1-2 all the way around, with Sierra Leone, your beaten favorite, really didn't have a shot the way that the race shape was there, finishing well clear of the rest of the field in that 5-horse field. So Hall of Fame, he should be forwardly placed in here, most likely tracking the pace under Joel Rosario. The horse that I picked to finish second is your morning line favorite, the 4 Fierceness. Now, Fierceness was supposed to run in the Grade 3 Westchester on Sunday, May 3rd, but his owner, Mike Rapoli, was going to be at Churchill Downs with his family and friends this weekend. He wanted to see his horse run in person, so he told Todd Pletcher he would like to see him run in this Alysheba Stakes instead of that Westchester at Aqueduct. And for Fierceness, classy horse, 9 starts, 5 wins, a second and a third. He was good right off the bat at Saratoga in his career debut in the mud. He romped by 11 lengths. And then he was up the track in the Champagne Stakes when he had a bad start. And then he had a good start in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile when he dominated that one. He was your 2-year-old champion of 2023. And then 2024, he returned in the Holy Bulls, the heavy favorite. Didn't have a great trip, didn't have the best beginning there, and he was third in a 7-horse field at 20 cents on the dollar. Bounced back in a huge way in the Grade 1 Florida Derby last year when he won by 13 lengths, controlling the pace. The Kentucky Derby, he was the beaten favorite. He got cooked on the pace. He was 15th that day. They skipped the rest of the Triple Crown races with him. They pointed to a summer campaign, and he came back and he won the Grade 2 Jim Dandy, tracking the pace, defeating Sierra Leone. And then in his next start in the Travers Stakes, he was able to win that race, stalking, taking a clear lead, holding off Torpedo Anna and Sierra Leone. And then in the Breeders' Cup Classic last time out, he was up on a very fast pace. He had the lead. He could not hold off Sierra Leone there. Good second place finish. Forever Young was third, and Forever Young won the Saudi Derby earlier this year. The Fierceness has a lot of class. He's run once at Churchill Downs. That was in the Kentucky Derby, and he didn't come in. And then 2 starts at this distance with a win and a second. Now, obviously, a horse like this, targeting most likely the Breeders' Cup Classic again later this year. He has much bigger fish to fry later in the year. This is just a beginning point to his campaign, but he's more than classy enough to win this. He has a couple bullet workouts at Palm Beach Downs on April 4th and then April 25th. So he's training well. He's got that tactical speed. He can set the pace if he needs to. He can track the pace. He should be right up in the hunt throughout under John Velasquez. And my top choice in the Alysheba Stakes is going to be Fierceness's stablemate, number 2, Locked. And he's 2-1 morning line for trainer Todd Pletcher. And this one's very consistent. 8 starts, 8 top 3 finishes, including 5 victories. And he showed a lot of ability as a juvenile, winning the Grade 1 of Breeders' Cup of the Breeders' Futurity at Keeneland. And then he was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Fierceness won that one. Muth was second, and Locked rallied to finish third that day. The race shape was against him. He was supposed to run on the Kentucky Derby trail, but he ended up getting injured. They couldn't make those Kentucky Derby points races. So he had a fall campaign last year. So he missed most of the year. And then he came back in October at 7 furlongs at Aqueduct, and he romped by 7 lengths, tracking the pace. And then in the Grade 2 Cigar Mile, at the end of his 3-year-old season, he defeated Older Company. That was a quality field as well. He was able to rally and win that one as the favorite. Mulliken was second. He's a classy sprinter, and Post Time was third. Another horse that's very consistent and classy. And then he made his first start this year as the favorite in the Pegasus World Cup at Grade 1 at 1 1/8 at Gulfstream, and he had Post 10. It's tough to win from those outer posts at Gulfstream in those route races, and he ended up finishing second there. Didn't have a great start. His head was turned at the start, did not have an alert beginning, and he rallied from off the pace to finish second. White Barrio ran away with that one. White Barrio was my top choice that day, and he ran a quality race. And White Barrio would come back and win his next start in a stakes race. Skippy Longstocking, the show finisher in the Pegasus, would come back and win his next start in a stakes race. And Locked would come back and win his next start in the Grade 1 Santa Anita Handicap. He added blinkers for the first time. He was the favorite, 1.25 miles. He sat in mid-pack, and then he dropped back to 6th. And then he made a big move. He kicked away, and he won by more than 8 lengths under Jose Ortiz. He was reconnecting with Jose Ortiz, who was riding him in 2023. And then John Velasquez was riding him for a few starts after that. And then Jose Ortiz got reacquainted with him last time. Big win. The blinkers definitely helped this one. And for Locked, I think that if he can get enough pace help, that's going to be the key. If some horses like Hall of Fame can kind of get involved early, Fierceness, Most Wanted, even This Is Uscar, if he can just push them a little bit and get the pace, to be honest, I think a horse like Locked, with that recency edge over his highly regarded stablemate Fierceness, he might be able to win this race. Locked has been targeting this race for a long time, and Fierceness, as I said, wasn't targeting this race. He was targeting the Westchester, a one-turn mile. So I just think that little bit of an edge could be enough to put Locked over the top and win this Alysheba Stakes. So like, comment, and subscribe if you like these videos. Also, if you subscribe to my channel, it's free to subscribe. This channel is really growing fast lately. A lot of views this month, almost 100,000 views for the last 28 days. We're over 6,000 subscribers. It keeps growing. We had a lot of success on the road to the Oaks this year, 15 for 30 with my top choices. Had 11 more wins on the road to the Derby, showing a flat bet profit. And hopefully we can continue this momentum throughout the Triple Crown season this year. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.